faithful, we're checking in from the NFL Honors Red Carpet. We'll hear from NFL greats, former players, and people close to the organization about all things 49ers. Patrick Willis, three-time finalist for the Hall of Fame. What does it mean for a player to solidify his legacy, to be wearing that gold jacket?
You know, it means a lot. It means that everything that you've done up until this point, all the hard work and sacrifice, and the injuries, and then overcoming some of the adversity, it's all been worth it. And just the amount of time spent in the craft that you do, the sacrifices, and the juice is worth the squeeze.
Can you put into words the type of player that Patrick Willis was for the 49ers organization?
Patrick was electrifying to watch, just a phenomenal person, first and foremost, but just an incredible athlete who was fast. He played with such great effort, and he was a joy to be around. His energy is infectious, so I'm glad that I got a chance at least to play with him for a little bit.
You were on the last Super Bowl winning team for the 49ers. What do you have to say about the opportunity at hand for this 2023 roster?
You know, I think this is the year. I'm certainly rooting for our Niners, and I feel really good about this game. I love the way this franchise, this team has been put together with John and Kyle at the helm, and Jed and Dr. York giving them the opportunity to do what they do.
Kendrick, you were part of the 49ers' last Super Bowl team. Can you speak to the difficulty that it takes to get to this point in the season?
It's very hard. I think you have to have the perfect team. And shout out to Kyle Shanahan. He knows how to put a team together. He knows how to coach guys to work together. And it just has to be the perfect match. Personality, energy, the want to, it all has to match between everyone. So they have a common ground. So they're doing a good job.
Who is the X factor in this game for the 49ers?
George Kittle. Vengeance game, I keep saying it. I'm so excited to see how hard he's going to play. He always plays hard. But when you got a little bit of extra motivation, like, it's hard to find motivation when you've played so much. So, like, I think he has the extra motivation, and it's hard to find it. So it's going to be exciting to see how hard he plays.
Patrick Willis is a finalist for the Hall of Fame. I know you didn't play with him, but how great would it be to have another 49ers wearing a gold jacket?
I had a good relationship with Willis. He was always a supporter of all the players. He came to one of the community things I did out there in the Bay, and I was shocked he was there. And so I would love to see him in the Hall of Fame. He deserves it. Statistically, he's great, but as a person, he's even better. So it would be great to see him in there.
Just to see the Niners put together the season they've had, Christian ending up as the NFL rushing yards leader. What does that mean to you both as parents?
Oh man, it's been it's a dream come true. It's been amazing to watch. I know how hard he works behind the scenes, and for it to come to fruition is pretty amazing. It's thrilling.
Yeah, we love the organization, the 49ers organization. They're like family to us. And we're just so excited Christian has such incredible coaches and teammates and is able to, live out a dream. He's been dreaming of playing in a Super Bowl since he was a little kid.
And you and Christian have the opportunity to just become the second father-son duo to win a Super Bowl championship with the same organization. What do you think of that opportunity in front of it?
It's pretty incredible. I mean, you sometimes have to pinch myself. Feels like a dream.
He talks at length just about the influence that you both had on his athletic career. What was he like growing up?
Oh my gosh. Well, he was incredibly competitive, that's for sure, with his brothers. They were always playing football or some game or whatnot. Very competitive, but always really focused. He loved football at a really young age and would watch tape of Barry Sanders, Reggie Bush, and watch film and try to emulate him. And he just has a passion for the game, so it's fun to watch him live out his dream.
Yeah, he's always been a student of the game. He has 3 other brothers who are all going to be in town this week. We're excited for them to get here and cheer him on. And, when he loves something, he does everything he can to succeed in that particular thing. If he doesn't, different story. But he loves the sport of football, and he was an easy kid to raise. Has a lot of energy, like somebody else I know, and a lot of passion.
You played against Patrick Willis in Super Bowl LVIII. What do you remember most about his game?
Oh, man. I mean, he was a leader of just an unbelievable defense. He was the guy that was right in the middle of it and running the whole show and really making it work. And those guys were so tough. We played him a couple times over that couple-year period, and just such a challenge to go against him.
He is a 3-time finalist for the Hall of Fame. What does it mean for a player to solidify their legacy with that gold jacket?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think you necessarily think about it while you're playing, but obviously it's one of those things that guys strive to be. It's one of those things that's voted on, so it's never like the easiest thing. It's not like going out there and winning a Super Bowl and winning a playoff game and winning a game. It's something that other people have to acknowledge. So in some ways, that can that can mean a little bit more, or a little bit less. It's just a weird kind of thing. But I think for him, it'll definitely be very special.
Last one, how would you assess the strength of this 2023 San Francisco 49ers team?
Listen, I think they've shown all year, and I think the thing about them is they went through a little bit of a rough patch there at some point in the year. So did Kansas City, but they've come out, on the other side. Even these playoff games, they haven't been perfect, and I think sometimes that works out in your advantage. It wasn't an easy road. So by the time you get here, you're battle tested and you're ready to go.
Torrey, Patrick Willis is a 3-time finalist. What would it mean to have a player of his caliber in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I think Patrick deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. When you talk about this game, I know injuries are what kind of cut him a little bit short, and that's the only reason why they're punished him. But to me, when you think of the best players that have ever played this game, I don't care how long they played, Patrick Willis is one of those guys, and I'm hoping they don't have him for him tonight. The way he played this game, when you think of football players and real football players, his face is placed there with those legendary guys. So all he needs is that little official stamp to go with him as a Hall of Famer, and I think he deserves it.
You played during the same era as him. What do you remember about his game?
Oh man, I just remember trying not to get hit by him. Like he was vicious on that field. Had a lot of range. Him and Navarro Bowman, that duo there was truly special. And watching him run around and as physical as he was, and as a leader, I had the opportunity to play with Ray Lewis, and so I thought of Navarro and Patrick while I'm saying it, in that same light of those guys that are truly some of the best linebackers that ever played this game.
Last question, just looking at Super Bowl 58, what is it going to take for the 49ers to finally make it all the way?
I think it's going to come down to protecting the football and being able to get to Patrick Mahomes by only rushing forward. So big game out of a little brother, Chase Young. Bosa goes up there and gets it done. And big little brother, Eric Armstead, brings it home with a couple sacks as well.